What's good, y'all? This is the OG Bronc Nuts, 719 Colorado Springs on the west side, west. Want to talk a little Broncos football tonight. Just, little something just to tide you little crack fiend, football fiends just like me. Just can't wait for the NFL season to start. Just tide over a little bit, just talk a little orange and blue, little Broncos, what's going on in the organization. And then touch on a little bit about this golf match that's happening between Tiger Woods and Peyton Manning and Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady. Now, it's fun for at least Broncos fans to see, look, it's Sunday and you got golf going on and Peyton Manning's driving around in a cart that's got Broncos wrap on it. And, it's kind of a cool thing. And other teams, they ain't on there, right? I mean, so it was neat to see Manning and Brady battle it out. But isn't it ironic that, look, how would you like to go through life where there was like one other man on this planet that was your absolute nemesis? No matter what you did, you had a hard time beating this guy. And every time you got close, right, you brought it right to the wire, but couldn't get the deal done. And that's really been the story of Tom Brady in Denver, right? I mean, the day we beat them in the AFC Championship before we won the Super Bowl in 2015, Brady makes a miraculous comeback, right? The big catch by Gronkowski in the back of the end zone. I mean, we hit the guy, we knocked Brady down, I can't even remember what it was, 28 times, some ridiculous number. And Satan still almost came back and beat us, but he didn't. He didn't get the job done here. And almost the exact same thing happened in the golf match today. So Manning and Tiger Woods are up 3 going into the last, 5, 6 holes of the back 9. On the front 9, Brady jars one from the fairway. It comes, it's clutch shot. I mean, the guy's a clutch guy. I mean, they don't call Brady the GOAT for nothing. I mean, let's get that straight. Brady's the GOAT. He's the best quarterback I've ever seen. But his nemesis is Peyton Manning. So Manning and Woods are up by 3, going with a few holes in the back 9. And Brady sinks a long putt, right? Phil Mickelson drives the green, a par 4. Brady sinks this long putt, I don't know, probably about 15 feet. No, it was good. It was a nice putt. Off the green, right on the fringe. And, Brady was making his comeback. Right now they was down 2. Then they got it to where it's down 1. And then in the end, Brady's dreams of beating Peyton Manning at something, ping pong, checkers, right? Yahtzee, anything, just started swirling down the drain. And so now Peyton Manning has taken away 2 of Brady's Super Bowl opportunities where, he got this booty kicked in Denver here in the AFC Championship game. Well, now he got it for 18 holes of golf by Peyton Manning too. I mean, it's not even really, it's kind of sad really. It's sad to see one man have that much dominance over another man. I was just happy to see those 2. That was good TV. It's fun to watch. Manning's a funny guy. And him and Brady both took big jabs back and forth to each other. A little trash talk going on. It was fun. It was good entertainment. If y'all didn't see it, you missed it. Try to catch some of the highlights of what's going on. And look, Manning's a pretty good little player. He can hit some golf shots. Brady, he's good, but he's shaky at times. He really is. He's pretty shaky. But I'm not going to say that Manning's not Shankopotamus himself, because he hit a lot of balls where, especially in the alternate shot out in the woods for Tiger Woods. Yeah, but it was good TV. It was good fun to watch, and it's good to see an ex-Bronco, rise again to the top, victorious, glorious, championship, because that's what we do. That's what we're doing now. That's what the team is doing now. And so, real excited about this coming year. This is as much as excitement and optimism I've had as a Broncos fan since Peyton Manning's not been here. And I think the only reason is because, when I look at the moves the Broncos have made and the players that we've signed, the players that we drafted, man, we got a recipe for something really nice brewing here. And I just, Rod Smith, great wide receiver, undrafted free agent. caught the Denver legend, really. He said that KJ Hamler's a game changer, and I said that from day one, and I still think that I'm most excited about Cushenberry. I mean, Big Cush, getting him in the third round, and not only that, the second pick in the third round. This guy was a dude that some people said was going to go in the first round, if not the top of the second. So to get him with the second pick in the third, he's going to start center day one. Glasgow's going to play right guard. And I think that Big Cush, man, when you get a guy who at the University of Louisiana, LSU, whatever, Louisiana State University, that gets that number 18, pride, that honorary number of what it means to be an LSU football player on and off the field. When you win something like that at a program like that, and they said he was always, helping young guys out, and just a great teammate, right? And a great representative, ambassador of the football program. And that's exactly what we need on that offensive line. And so now it just comes down to, we know Jawan James can play if he's healthy. I mean, the guy can ball if he's healthy. So I'm not worried about right tackle as long as we're healthy. Then it still just comes down to Bowles along that left side. And, Bowles, we're going to get the same tackle we've probably always gotten, right? We're going to get a guy that's going to get some holding penalties. He's going to get beat. He's playing against some great pass rushers in the AFC West. A lot of good teams. There are a lot of teams got great pass rushers. So, I mean, people are going to get theirs against him. But I think what we're going to see is the difference is that the interior of our offensive line is going to be so much better and a lot younger. And I think Drew Lock is mobile enough that he's going to be able to slip some of that and cover up some of the crap play that we're going to get from Bowles. So I'm excited about the football season. Just kind of got amped up a little bit today from watching the Manning and Brady showdown on the golf course. Fun to see those kinds of things. Fun to see guys mic'd up. I mean, it's easy to see Brady and Manning's competitiveness just in everything that they do, just their will to want to win, to be great, to come out champions, and that's why they're both champions. That's why they're both great ones. They're not just a quarterback who's won a Super Bowl, right? I mean, because there's some guys out there that have won Super Bowls, and all they're just a quarterback that's won a Super Bowl. And Peyton Manning and John Elway's and Brett Favre's and Dan Marino, I mean, these guys are different. They're different. Joe Montana's, they're different category of quarterback and competitor than the rest of them. So fun to see them two go at it. Both of them had some good shots and bad shots, but in the end, the Broncos come out on top on the golf course. And cool carts that they had, done that for each one for Tiger, one for Phil, and had their own, special little twist on it. I think Manning's had a University of Tennessee checkerboard, that burnt orange or whatever you call it, and white. And then the Broncos on the other side, and TB12 had his little logo on the cart, and the carts were dope, man. They were nice little carts that they were going to auction off, and I heard that the whole thing raised a bunch of money for charities. So I'm always for that, and I'd like to see sports figures get involved in raising some money for some good things to happen, and plus it's good entertainment. So just got my NFL juices flowing today, and things going on with the Broncos going today. What's up, Chief Champs and Mullins 80 coming into the stream? Appreciate you guys showing up. Happy Memorial Day weekend to all of you. I ain't got much planned. Usually this week is, I don't know, for those of you that don't know, I live in like a little loft or whatever. Here, I'll show you. And behind me is that sliding glass door out there. Walks out onto a balcony, onto a street that is kind of like an old west type city. And there's usually a big festival going on this weekend called Territory Days, but it got shut down for that COVID-19, that Corona Shabona. And so they were scared of the Rona, and they shut it down to not having it. So I usually have a big old party. It's a 3-day deal here. And it wears me out, man. It's all day just to get all the food and beer and drinks and ice and paper plates and napkins and toilet paper and everything you need for a party for 3 days. From downstairs in my car all the way up to here to where I live, there's no elevator. So the only way to do it's just carry it and just do it. And so I was looking forward to, having a little bit of a break if we didn't end up throwing this party. So on one hand, I'm kind of bummed out because I really look forward to it every year. It's a big festival. Vendors come from all over the country to sell all kinds of stuff. We have some Old West gunfights in the park across the street from my house. And it's fun times for family. Usually the sun's shining around here by about that time, although today it's raining, and up in the mountains here in Colorado it's actually snowing. So I'm kind of happy that it didn't end up happening because the weather wasn't that great, and that's a whole lot of effort for, a lot of a dud of a party. So I just said I'm going to watch some golf and see who battles it out in this battle between Manning and Brady. And Brady's been getting slapped around. I mean, let's just be honest. I'm not going to take Brady's rings and all the great things that Brady's done away from him. I'm not trying to say, Brady is not as good a quarterback as Peyton Manning. They're both good in their own right. Different squads, different situation, different injury. I mean, there's a lot of different factors to what goes on. But in the Tom Brady and Peyton Manning head-to-head battle, it ain't no secret who's the champ. Undisputed champ. Undisputed champ. Because Brady didn't come in here looking for some Super Bowl rings in the 52-80. And we said, we ain't having none of that, Tommy. And we went to the Super Bowl, brought home the Lombardi trophy, and today, Peyton Manning whooped that little ass around a golf course. Brady mounted a comeback like he does, right? I mean, that's what Brady do. Brady mounts comebacks. He makes it dramatic. He likes to come from behind. He's got that competitive fire. He hates to lose. He was down 3, 5, 6 holes left to go in the match, right? Sinks. Mickelson drives the green. Brady sinks a 15-footer. He's feeling himself now. He's like, hey, did we just get some mo? That's what he asked Mick. He says, hey, did we just get some mo? That's mojo, right? Did we get some mojo? So they were feeling, closed another one. And then right at the end, Manning shut the door in his face. So, yeah, maybe, I don't know. Maybe they should have like a ping pong championship, or they could play like jacks or something. I mean, we've got to find something. It's got to be something Brady can win at. Again, I mean, head-to-head against Manning. Brady's young. I mean, Brady's still in the NFL. Right? Manning's walking around with limping on a cane, bad knees, plantar fasciitis in both feet. And he's taking Tom Brady to the woodshed on the golf course too. So I'm saying, what can we come up with as fans collectively here on YouTube that maybe TB12 has a chance of beating his master, his daddy, Peyton Manning, at something competitive? Samuel Walters, thanks for coming to the stream. Still 58 Chief. Tom Brady did get backhanded still. I mean, he just did. He did. And look, both of them had good golfers. You got a washed up Tiger Woods, right? I mean, everybody was calling Tiger Woods, he's done. He'll never make a comeback. His back was too bad. And then he comes back and wins another major, and now he's out there. I mean, mixed. Yeah, he's young, still on tour, still playing every single weekend. Brady's still in the NFL, still in great shape, and you got these two decrepit cripples slapping you around a golf course. Because it's not like, I mean, let's be honest, it's not like Tom Brady got the short end of the stick by getting Phil Mickelson lefty as his partner. He got the best, player as of right now. Day in, day out player. And I think Mickelson got the best athlete. Brady's a better athlete. So what this really just comes down to is that Peyton Manning's just inside Tom Brady's, is inside his dome, scrambling eggs, making sandwiches. And he has been, for almost a decade and a half. So it was a fun thing to watch. And I was happy just to see the Broncos colors on a golf cart and the Broncos being talked about. It was kind of cool to see. I think any fan would enjoy one of their legends of the game, legends of the franchise on TV, watching them play golf. Yeah, Brady would win a cheat off. He would win a cheat off, and I'm sure Brady probably did cheat. I mean, you look. I mean, let's be honest. Let's just be honest. With all of the scandals that have gone down in New England with the airing down the footballs and the Spygate, I mean, all of that, there's no way Brady didn't foot wedge at least 3 shots in that 18-hole round. He had to have been under a tree or behind a sprinkler head or something. It was commercial break. Nobody was looking. I guarantee you, Brady foot wedged at least 3 shots in that match, and he still didn't beat 18. So, wrap your mind around that, Patriots fans. Just wrap your mind around that. I know there's talk about this season they're going to allow, they said something like 1/5 or 1/4 of the number of fans in the stadium. I think that's going to look dumb. That's going to ruin the fan experience. I mean, it really is. I mean, look, here's the thing. Before, I'd rather go to an NFL football game that had, let's say, 15, 20,000 people at it. I mean, that's a Chargers game, really, at home. You know, that's a Chargers game. When they're not playing the Broncos or the Chiefs and Raiders. But when they're playing anybody else, like somebody on the East Coast, that's a Chargers game. It's 20,000 people. So some spread out souls who can't really make a lot of noise takes home field advantage away. I mean, if you're in a loud stadium, then that's kind of one of your advantages is the crowd noise. That certainly is in Denver, but we don't have the loudest stadium. But what we do have is that altitude. That altitude is real, son. So if you got a little touch of the Corona Shabona when you come here to Denver, and then you got to mess with that altitude and no-huddle offense that we're probably going to be running with Drew Lock and our fast wide receivers, I think it's still an advantage. But if you're a crowd that relies on noise, right, for a big factor in what your team's doing, well, then what you going to do when there's 20,000 people in the stands? Like, I'd rather not even be at a game like that. I'd rather watch you at home. Like, make it so I can't even see the crowd. Just show the game. But I think, these players, they're cocky Spartan warriors. They want to show off. They play at their best when the eyeballs are on them, when they feel that electricity of that crowd. And if you've never been to a home game of your team, of a team you love, you can't understand it. You can't understand it because this is something you have to feel. You have to feel it, and you can feel it. And there's a difference between a regular game, at least there is in Mile High. There's a difference between a regular game, say we're playing, Detroit Lions. Well, that's one set of electricity. I mean, that's turned down. And then let's say we're playing a rival, but not like a hated division rival. So let's say we're playing like Steelers, right? They're a rival. That's going to be a turned up, it's going to be a turned up environment, but it's not going to be a turned up environment like a Monday Night Football game between the Chiefs and Broncos, right? It's not there. And then the playoffs, AFC Championship, NFC Championship games, those are a different level of electricity. And I've experienced all the AFC Championship games in the stadium here that have been in Denver since John Elway has been the quarterback. And I'll just tell you that once you feel it, it's like the best drug in the world. And I don't do drugs, but if I can imagine if I did, the feeling of the electricity in the air in your own home stadium when your team's about to win a big game, and I mean a big one, something that means something, even if it's a regular season game, the electricity is something you got to experience. I mean, this is where grown-ass men who don't even know each other just hugging, sharing beer, and I mean, it's just nuts. And I think that gets taken away this year in this game. People are going to be sitting at home watching. I sure hope we get back to where we can just send everybody to the stadiums and let's play some football and let's get these sports back on TV. Because look, I mean, let's be honest. It's Sunday and you're gonna sit. We should be watching some nice baseball games right now. We're watching golf. We're watching quarterbacks play golf against each other. And that's the best sports entertainment that's on the TV right now. So America's jonesing for sports bad, and I want to get it back on TV just as bad as anybody else does. But Fun to see it a little bit. Just want to talk about, talk a little trash, get some, juices. Let's keep the pot stirred up because training camp is right around the corner. Feel sorry for these rookies because, you got to get into camp, screw up, get them nerves out, them butterflies, get them colors on, right? Start representing, limp walking, signing autographs, like doing your thing as an NFL player. And it's hard to do that over Zoom at home. But this weekend, it was all about my quarterback, my ex-quarterback, is out winning trophies on the golf course while your trophy ex-quarterback is at home mowing the grass and nailing down slip and slides in the backyards for the kids this summer. This is the OG Bronc Nuts for the 719 West. Checking up out of here. Happy Memorial Day, y'all. I'm out. See you next time.